Well, I'm going to briefly go through some of the things that are very important. Jarrett has been a personal friend of Kelly and I's for many years, and he's also a personal friend of all the kids in the Kids Karate Club program. Jarrett is one amazing gentleman. He was recruited by several major universities in the United States, including Penn State and Notre Dame, to mention a few. He settled on the University of Miami because that's what his dad wanted him to go to, University of Miami, the U. At the University of Miami, Jarrett performed in 5 major bowl games during his college career, and he was also named the MVP of the Orange Bowl in 2004. Actually, I watched that game. Jarrett Payton also played, and he was drafted by the Nashville Titans at that time. The Bears passed on him. Boo. And he played for the Titans for 2 years. From there, he went to the Canadian Football League. From there, holy cow. From there, Jarrett played for a hometown team called the Chicago Slaughter, if I'm getting that right. Wow. You also have an ESPN radio show? Holy cow. Jarrett is on the radio. He talks about sports. Jarrett is an outstanding person. He is total motivation. I don't think he ever has a bad day, to be honest with you. If you're having a bad day when you leave here today, think of Jarrett, because it'll make you feel a lot better. This guy just glows with energy and enthusiasm and sunshine. I have seen him speak to children to motivate them. He's amazing. He's just unbelievable. If anybody is on Twitter, follow Jarrett at Payton Son, on Twitter. Every morning he puts out an inspirational phrase. It's amazing. One morning I was having a really bad day, and we've all had those days. And it just so happened to pick up my phone, which is a normal thing for everybody today. And there it was, it popped up, his little phrase. Well, that phrase carried through the whole day for me. It was amazing what he said. I don't remember at the time, but it sure worked. Ladies and gentlemen, with all of that said, one hell of a man, excuse me for that, I'd like to introduce to you our good friend and one of the most fantastic persons in the world that I know. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jarrett Payton.
Oh man, how's everybody doing? Nah, come on, whoa, stop. How's everybody doing? All right, so let me clarify something real quick. So if you do follow me on Twitter, it's Payton Son, S-U-N, because S-O-N is my 2-year-old son, and he's got like 500 followers. So I don't want you to be mistaken. If you go to Payton Son, S-O-N, and you don't see any motivational tweets in the morning, just pictures of a little kid who's just eating cereal and cake and all that stuff. But last time that I was here, life is totally changed for me. Truly blessed to have a 2-year-old. He'll be 2 at the end of March, and just really kind of starting a lot of things on my own right now. And so it's funny because I try to motivate people, but everybody who follows me on all these different sites, man, they motivate me to keep on going. And the one thing that I learned from my dad, which is kind of funny, you guys, I don't know if little kids know who my dad is, but my dad was the greatest football player to ever play the game. You guys can clap for that. Yeah. Sorry if there's any Packer fans in the house. I gotta be honest. I know there's a lady back there sitting in the back there. She's a Packer fan. Hey, we're gonna convert you before the day's over with, okay? It's all about Bears around this neck of the woods. But my dad would always tell me one thing. He'd always say, son, be better than me. And now I truly understand what he's talking about. He was the best of the best, not only at athletics, but he was also a good person off the field. And so one of the things that I got to learn from him is giving back in service. And that's the reason why I'm here today. I love to be able to give back and talk about my story, but also too, as these little young men and women, you guys have to understand that I know you guys are about to go one-on-one with one another, but understand this, that the biggest battle is being better than you were yesterday or today. So every day that you wake up, have an opportunity to be better, be a better person than you were the day before. Whether that's just holding a door for somebody, saying thank you, being nice and being kind, because that goes a long way. I looked at my dad, I know he was a great football player, but that's not the reason why he's talked about every single day for the last 14 years. Most of the time when I talk about him or people come up to me, they either met him somewhere, had an opportunity to get maybe been at one of his clubs. He had a place called Studebakers, and anybody ever been to those clubs in Schaumburg? No? No? I see a couple hands over there, those young ladies. But when I meet, everybody talks about that he gave them just a couple of seconds. And to me, that's what it's all about. It's about being a kind person. It's not how many awards you win. It's not being number one all the time. It's about being a good person. And to me, if you can do that, that's how you'll be recognized for the rest of your life. I always look at you're always going to be known for something, whether it's, when you leave here today, or when you're gone forever, or when you leave your high school or your middle school, you're going to be known for something. You have an opportunity to be able to write the chapters in your book. Make sure when you're writing those chapters, it's something that you want to read and that you would want somebody else to read. Because we all have an opportunity. It's all about choices. You have the choice to either go left or you have a chance to go right. And I look at life in a way that is sort of like a yellow light. Now, I don't know if some of you guys like to run yellow lights but now we got these cameras now, and they say that they're the photos enforcement, so I don't ever run those lights anymore. When I see them turn yellow, you have an opportunity to either stop or go through. So when you look at your life's decisions, look at them as yellow lights. Figure, do you want to go? Do you want to stay? And do you want to go left or do you want to go right? But when you make those decisions, make them wholeheartedly and understand that when you make them, you have to see them through. You have to see them through. And you guys, the little youngsters over here, I'll tell you this. Every single day, enjoy what you do. Like, I have a passion. I love playing football, but also my passion now is changed. My passion is my family. My family is what wakes me up every single morning. I always say, let your passion wake you up in the morning. Now my little, that 2-year-old I told you about, I don't set an alarm clock. I haven't set one in 2 years because he wakes me up every morning at 6 o'clock. Dad, it's time to go. But he moves me every single morning. Make sure, parents, that you're figuring out and telling these kids to have a passion for what they do every single morning, because I'll tell you, it goes a long, long way. And it pushes you through those hard times. I mean, I've had those hard times. Back in 1999, when my dad passed, there was an opportunity, there was a choice whether to not go back to school or to go back to school. And I almost made that choice not to go back to school. My life would have been totally different if I didn't. But I also had to look and say, what would my dad actually want me to do? He'd want me to go back and get back into my life and do what I was supposed to do. Get back and figure out what truly was my passion, and that was football, that was sports, that was family, that was being around my teammates. So having an opportunity to do what you guys are doing right now, enjoy it. I'm telling you, you don't even understand. This is the best. And then all the people on the outside, enjoy this time right now, because sooner or later they're going to be grown up like me, and there's no more of this anymore. So enjoy, and you guys have a great day, all right?
Brian. You, sir. I'm done.
I don't want to take up any more time. I could go forever. I could, man. I could go forever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jarrett Payton. Give him a big round of applause.